Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. We are now going to circumnavigate our way out of the Paphos Harbour, and I tell you what, this car park is absolutely packed. And well, what can you say? People parking behind you, blocking you in, and all sorts of things. So this video may be in reverse, so don't click off just yet. That's what I'm going to say. Had a great time at the Paphos Classic Car Show, and don't forget to come back for more and more episodes of the little channel known as Marika and me. Now we are going to head up towards central Paphos, and as we do, I'm going to do a big shout out to some of the guys that like to watch the show now and again. And there's a young man in downtown Mansfield. His name is Mansfield James from now on, and apparently he sits there with his dad and watches as Mr. Paul drives around, and obviously must enjoy it. So big shout out to that little superstar, 4 years of age, Mansfield James. Hopefully one of these days we're going to bump into each other when your mum and dad bring you to Paphos, and then we'll go on an adventure somewhere in and around the promenade and harbour area. And you never know, we might even get an electric scooter together, something like that, and go whizzing around. Absolute chaos. There's a car coming in and this car wants to go out, so we may as well let him go out, because we're not going to get anywhere very quickly. This is the rear car park to the Paphos Harbour restaurants, by the way. So if the main car park on the front, in front of the harbour and the promenade, is packed, maybe you might want to come round the back and get a space in here. But today, I'll tell you what, it's absolutely packed to the rafters, and we're going to do a bit of a wheel spinning in a minute, because as you may have noticed, the surface is just like a hard coring, and of course when you hit this bit here, there's one or two wheels that have spun and made a bit of a hole, shall we say. Anyway, look at that. The sky, it's looking blue, there's no doubt about it. The sea, as you just saw, is very blue indeed. Mr. Paul, guess what? He's dressed head to toe in blue. That must mean one thing, all that it's missing is you. So come on, get yourself on that big bird. Come on, James, get off your dad's lap, get on the internet, get those flights booked, and get yourself down to downtown Paphos. Now, another big shout out to one or two gentlemen who like to tune in for their Cyprus fix every single day. We've got a guy in downtown Portsmouth way. He's called Sir Daniel of the Mahoney, and he's got a girl in his life who's always right. She's a beauty, and her name is Sherry. Always listen to her, and of course she's very sweet indeed. And they'll be coming to Paphos very soon indeed. There's also a gentleman who likes to watch his computer screens and dreams that the boss won't phone him, and that is Sir Brian. He'll be coming to Paphos soon and bringing Lady Sonia with him. And of course there is a man who happens to be living in Paphos as we speak. He's going to pop back to the south of France to tidy up some bits and bobs, pack up all his baggage and his luggage and his furniture, and then bring it back to Paphos, and they're going to be here then for the rest of their lives. Who are they? That is Sir Arnaldo, and of course his French beauty, and that is Lady Sylvie. Yep, we had a great evening at their brand new house the other day, and a great time meeting their daughter Valentina, and of course the great grandmother. Yeah, that's right, yes, Maria Teresa. And I tell you what, she likes to watch an Italian movie or two, but when she's not watching that big screen, she is making homemade pasta, and she comes from the Modena area, and Modena is famous for one or two things, isn't it? Apparently Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and on top of all of that, Maria Teresa, the greatest cake cooker and pasta cooker in the world. And one of these nights we're going to go in there and sample some more of her culinary delights, that's for sure. Pretty busy in the downtown Paphos Harbour, there's no doubt about that. So if you're looking for a great place to come for a holiday, Paphos should be at the top of your list, there's no doubt about it. Shall we go for a little look in and around the back streets of the promenade and see how the road works and all the improvements are coming on? Because very rapidly Paphos is getting done. Those of you who are new to the channel, hopefully you're following it, and you'll understand that we're only a few weeks away now. Weeks? A few weeks. Are you going to stop? No, He thanked me though, there we are. He thanked me for making some mistakes, so that's a good thing, isn't it? This part of Paphos, as you can see, is pretty much done. All the tarmacking thing is done. All we've got to do now is put down the WL lines and the white lines, little bits and bobs to finish on the pavement, but wow, what an improvement to what it was a few months ago. So please stick with us. Paphos is going to be a spectacality of a holiday resort, and of course people keep coming back here time and time again. It's one of those places, by the way, people come back 2 times, 3 times a year. They might miss it for a year, pop off to Lanzarote, perhaps if your name's Lady so sweet Caroline. But I bet you Lord Nigel of the big guns, that's her partner in her crime, said, come on, let's get back to Paphos, let's go and see what the Alexander the Great is like, and let's go and have a chat again with that nutcase Mr. Paul and that beauty Miss Archie Gracilia Labuff. This car's admiring the Grazie restaurant, and there was a person on Facebook the other night saying that the prices in Grazie are quite expensive. They are, but it's a very upmarket restaurant, and the food that you're going to get there is going to melt your taste buds away. So, as is the case, often you have to pay. And of course now all the pavements around it and the roads are looking much better, and you're going to get a great welcome in the Grazie restaurant, some great food and a reasonable bill, shall we say. For about 2 people, probably going to cost you, if you have a starter and a couple of drinks, €100 or somewhere like that. So that's not that expensive, is it? Not really. Anyway, what's in front of us? The Sofiana Resort and Spa, rumoured to be one of the best hotels in Paphos, and I think it is. It's a very nice resort, and if you want to see us wandering around it, well, Google in the search bar on YouTube Marika and me, Sofiana Resort, and we'll come up once or twice, and in fact once we're in disguise because they have a habit of throwing us out, shall we say. Let's go to the right and let's see if this road is still open, because there's major improvements going on, and one moment the road's open, next moment it's not, so even locals are getting lost. But it appears that yes, it is. The road by the side of the big church, past the Giganta Indian restaurant, by the bus pub. See, Marios must be happy now, people can actually get to him, so he's going to make a couple of bob over the next few months, and then we're back by the Grazie restaurant, one of the best restaurants, so they say, in downtown Paphos. So why not pop in there and check out their culinary delights. Now let's get on with our route and head back into central Paphos and see what's going on, because it's a beautiful day, there's no doubt about that. The temperature, if you're curious to know, perhaps if you're about to get on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy to Paphos, the temperature, according to this German car, is 26.6 degrees. See, none of this 26.5. Oh no, it's a German car. What car is it? Drop in the comments. Can you recognise what that bonnet scoop is off? It's a very precise car indeed. 26.6 degrees, that's what it says it is. And I've got a feeling that this car is pretty right. There's some YouTubers coming down. Look, there's a girl with a selfie stick. Perhaps she's making that special video to remind her of her holiday on the island of love in Paphos. Right, this is the road that connects Paphos to the main main inner ring road, as we call it, and we're going to come out by the Paphos Mall roundabout. At that roundabout, if you take a left, you would go back down to the harbour area. Primarily now in the Paphos area, there's a lot of one-way systems coming into place, and it's going to get very confusing for us locals. You as a tourist, well, you're all law-abiding and those kind of things, but us locals, you know, we like to take shortcuts. So if you do see us coming the wrong way, down a wrong-way street, just pull over and let us go by, and we promise we will not hurl our cold or hot latte at you. We'll just give you a nod, well, more likely a grunt, shall we say. A lot of traffic around, as you may have noticed, because we're in that mid-morning time, yeah. And 27.1 degrees now. Oh my goodness, the temperature is rocketing up and up. What will it be in another few minutes? Who knows? But gridlock traffic in downtown Paphos, shall we say. If you look carefully now to the left, you can just see the Kings Avenue Mall, and that's the big shopping centre in Paphos. Well, big by Cyprus standards, shall we say. If you're coming from New York, it's but a corner shop. Or perhaps if you're used to the Arndale Centre in Manchester, and those kind of places. But for Paphos, it does the job, and it keeps you cool when you're shopping in the summer, and of course warm when you're doing your shopping in the winter. Warm? What do we need it to be warm for? It never goes cold in Paphos. Well, it does now and again, especially if you live in Tasada. But don't tell Sir and Aldo and Lady Sylvie that we're having to put the heating on. But not for a few months yet, that's for sure. Right, come on, let's get onto this inner ring road and let's get up into central Paphos. Come on, Mr. Hybrid car. Oh, it's not a hybrid, this one. No, this one's just before they made them all hybrid. Nice car, actually, CHR. I think they're quite a nice car. Bit of a female car, isn't it? That sounds sexist, doesn't it? But you know what I'm saying. It's a nice car for a young lady or a middle-aged lady or an old lady, who knows, to drive around in. But I do think they're a nice car. I do like the interior design. That's what I'm saying. It's an Alfa Romeo over there, see? Look at that. He must be nuts because he's bought a Fiat. But anyway, there we are. So here's the Paphos Mall roundabout coming up, and that must mean that silvery, shiny building just over yonder to the right-hand side is the Paphos Mall. That's a great place to go if you want to do some air-conditioned shopping, or of course in the colder months, some heated shopping. And once you're in there, there's one thing for sure, your little plastic friend is going to get very, very overheated indeed, especially if you've got an watching CVL booth in your life. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and of course if you do like what you see, hit that like, click that subscribe. Don't forget to keep coming back for that little bit more of my complete and utter madness. I understand that you perhaps cannot watch every single video that we do, but keep coming back now and again. You never know, you might get to learn something about the little place called Paphos on the island of love, which is Cyprus. Big shout out to some final superstars today. If your name is Baron Jeremy, Baron Simon, superstars beyond superstars, they'll be coming back to Paphos towards the winter season, and we'll be having some great time travelling here, travelling there, eating there, smoking a la-di-da. Of course, that's a Romeo and Juliet, which is a cigar, and having a great time indeed. This road takes you up towards the Paphos Old Town, or as we call Central Paphos, and I'll tell you what, there is a spectacality of a day awaiting you there. If you are living in one of the hotels on the beachfront or an apartment complex, please spend that few hours to come up, and you're going to get a great memory, and maybe get that special gift for someone special in your life. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and again I thank you for watching.